Hi everyone. So today we are here in conversation with Chetan Samadhiya, who is the director in risk consulting at PwC. We'll be talking to him to understand how can someone make a successful career in consulting after completion of his MBA degree. Hi Chetan, welcome on board.
Hi.
It is certainly a pleasure to talk to you this morning.
Thank you.
So we know consulting is the most seeked after profile after MBA, right?
Yeah.
Tell us some of the perks of getting into consulting and what inspired you to get into consulting domain.
Great. So I think I started after my completion in 2010. I started my journey with a German-based firm, which was into expositions. So that's where I started my career. Not into consulting, but we were into getting into a lot of discussions with the senior leadership of the firm, decision makers of the firm, and that's where I got excited about doing a lot of networking. Post which I joined TCS, which was again into service. Learned a lot of technical skills, which will help me to grow exponentially in any industry. So that was the motive behind joining in the service industry. But then I was really excited about how consulting works. That was always a dream when we were doing MBA. So I got an opportunity to join, consulting in 2014, and then I started my career in consulting, which was with EY, and now I'm with PwC. So that's a very different kind of role when we are talking about service industry and consulting, because consulting gives you a flavor of your own decisions. You can take your decisions on your own. You can take actions immediately with the help of your leadership, which helps you to understand a wider scope in the industry. Right, so that's where consulting is. Perks are always good because you are exposed to lot of learnings, lot of areas, and your learning also exponentially grows apart from your professional development. So I would really recommend people to look for consulting rather than any other industry.
So good, quite inspiring. Also, could you also tell us how does your typical day looks like? Like what are the problem areas that you actually work upon, and how does your advisory helps the top multinationals to averse a lot of risk which they might be mitigating with your help?
Yeah. So I think day looks really interesting. When you wake up in the morning, you have 100 things to do. How you juggle between, your professional, kind of either meetings or managing team or managing, a lot of other operations is really important in the morning when you wake up, and you have an excitement because everything is going to be new. So every day is busy. I would not say that you get a lot of time, but it's important to make sure that, with your busy schedule, because at my level, I'm a director with PwC, and at my level, it is most of the important things which comes to me are, when you're making a decision, right? So for making a decision, you have to step back, think, and then execute, right? So that's something which I take a time off from my really operation. So I have a great team who is helping me out with a lot of other work, which I can, really delegate to them. They are in the learning curve, so they learn, and then I do a lot of planning stuff, what strategy which is going to be implemented across different accounts. So I work with most of the global organizations, which they have a presence in India, and most of the decision making is in India or global. So every day with every sector, you have a new problem. Right. So when you get into a discussion with, let's say, an example, a pharma organization, you will have a different problem statement. And when you're talking to, an industry which is in FMCG or oil and gas for that matter, you will have a different problem statement. So every situation is different, right? And you maybe you will not be having a solution immediately, but you have to think, discuss. And most of the time, I think in this consulting role, how it works is you're working with your stakeholders, right? You're working with your clients, right? So it's a brainstorming more than, immediately a solution kind of a game, right? So that helps learning to, again, go exponential because you are well versed with, cross kind of sectors. You have an information on what is going on in different sectors. So that's really important, and that's how the day is all about. So every day you think that you have done something great, whether you're doing, either meetings or you're talking to your people, right? So
that's
like
how each day will have an impact or the outcome to generate, right? So amazing. Also tell us a bit about the recruitment process of these companies. Okay. Tell us which profiles of jobs would be open in consulting. That's one. I'm sure there would be some reserved jobs which goes to the top Ivy League institutions.
Yeah.
But how can, let's say, a tier 2 business school graduates can also mark their journey after coming into consulting?
Yeah.
So tell us the recruitment process, which are the job profiles which are open up in consulting.
See, so I will take your second question first, because I come from ISBR, right? And I think in the industry, if you're talking about tier 1, are all IMs and ISBs of the world. Most important is how you make yourself available to the organization and what is the value add which you're going to give end of the day, right? Any organization, more than the institute, they are looking for an individual, right? What kind of value add you're going to bring on the table is something very, very important for them. If I am a business owner, I'm looking for my business to grow X times, right? At least when a person is coming or an individual is coming, putting efforts, I want some output from that efforts, right? So that's the most important thing. Obviously college matters, name brand matters. So learning will not stop, right? Even if you are in tier 2 institute, you have to go with a lot of learning, right? When you go in the market, when you are sitting in front of a lot of leaders, you need to make sure that the discussion you're going to have is making sense, right? If the discussion you're going to have is really kiddish, it will not add value, right? So you need to read a lot. For students, because we're talking about ISBR, we're talking about students, tier 2 colleges, you need to read a lot, go through a lot of case studies, where you'll get really, situations where you can also think what you will do if you're in that level. So that is something which I would really recommend. Typically, if you talk about recruitment process, see, when we hire freshers, right? And we all know, when freshers are coming, not from day one, they are going to be really active, right? And we don't want that, right? Maybe people who are really going to deliver value from day one, which is amazing. We will appreciate, every organization will appreciate, but they have to come with a learning attitude, right? So you have to be at a par where you can learn things. For that, your background has to be strong, right? So first thing which we definitely look at, students who are coming from tier 2 institutes or any institute for that matter, how well they are equipped with their own knowledge, right? Are they open for learning, right? It's just that they got a job and they're happy about it and then it's all stagnant, will not work. Every day is going to be a new challenge. How well they are equipped to take up that challenge, how positive they are, to take those challenges up. Accountability is really important, right? Whatever role are you in, right? When I'm a director now, but when I was a consultant, I used to take accountability and ownership of any actions which was taken or any decisions which were taken by my leadership, right? So I was really interested, curious about, why this decision is taken. How can I help? That is an attitude which we look at when we recruit, right? And then obviously a lot of other areas. When we hire lateral, we are looking for people who are really good in their, any domain which they are working on, be it data analytics, be it, if I talk about my practice, I come from a cybersecurity and risk consulting background. So we look at, people who are really equipped with cyber knowledge. There are a lot of other risk consulting, knowledge which we look at. So there are a lot of areas, right? So domains can be different, knowledge can be different, but how the behavior is going to be really important, because in consulting, if a person is coming, they are looking for a growth. They're looking for a roadmap. If they're looking for a roadmap and the roadmap is you are going to be a partner of a firm. If you're looking for that roadmap, it is very important for any of the student to take an ownership. Think like a leader. Whichever role you are, you have to think like a leader. You have to share your inputs, add value wherever you are, present. So that's something which we typically look at when we're looking at it.
It has also been understood that consulting companies looks at a lot of spikes in their CV or the profile, right? So tell us, let's say if someone has joined any of the business school, they still have 2 years to come out of it. What are the different things that the students can do to make a high level impact in the consulting interviews to crack also?
Okay, so I think I answered your question, but the first impression is going to be the most important impression, right? So discipline is something which we really look at. How disciplined are you? How presentable are you? Because end of the day, you're going to be the face of any organization, right? Be it consulting or non-consulting, right? So tomorrow, if you're a face of an organization, you're creating a brand value. How presentable are you? What kind of knowledge you bring on the table? Because every discussion, people are looking, because every minute I'm going to spend, I'm looking for a value add today.
Yeah.
That's how the industry is, right? Every minute I'm going to spend, I'm going to look for an output, look for a value add, look for my learning.
Yeah.
Even if I am at a senior level, I am going to be looking at, okay, what, the person on the other table is thinking about, right? So that is something which is really important, and which comes from your either experience. And if I'm talking about students, it will come from, the education background they have, how knowledgeable they are with the current industry affairs, right? If they can bring a lot of value in the discussions, it is really amazing, because we talk about Gen Z, right? I mean, you and me are a little old now, right? But when we are talking about freshers who are coming out of the college, they are really equipped with the knowledge which we don't have today, right? And looking at the current situation where social media marketing, if you see any of the other Gen AI stuff, they're completely new. Yeah. And sometimes I am surprised when I look at, few areas that this is how the marketing is done, right? Yeah. You see 100 of influencers are just minting money. And this is the knowledge which Gen Z brings, right? And every discussion will have a lot of value. So my point was that, again, they have to understand how industry is all about. And there is a value add which should come from every discussion, is I think what we should look at, and we will look at in the future as well.
So amazing. I think in the previous discussion also you mentioned or harped a lot on the networking aspect.
Yeah.
Right. So tell us, obviously, one is how important or how badly someone have to network to get projects also at your level also. Yeah. And secondly, students who are studying in the MBA program as of now, how can they use the open platforms, be it LinkedIn or the open platforms, to network or build their existing or upcoming network with these folks?
Yeah. See, network is always important, which it does not matter which role you are in. So I think for us in consulting, I got to know about you today, right? Your journey. Similarly, if you will talk to me, you will get to know my journey. So this is all works, right? And everywhere when you network, you get to know something new, right? My whatever role I am playing today, and if I say why I am successful, is all because of network, right? I have worked with a lot of great mentors and leaders in the organization. When I started my career, they were in the mid-level management. But now I also moved on, and they are in very senior leadership roles, right? So that is the power of network, right? Because relationship is going to be really important. How honest are you with your relationship is going to make your impact. And that is the brand value which you carry, right? Today, maybe they will not know you because of your organization most of the time, but they will know you with your own value, which you're going to bring on the table. So how honest are you with your relationship? How, how they can trust you, in any of the actions which you are going to take for them is something which is really important, right? So I think so networking is all about, your relationship, how strong trust you have built, right, in your past. And that's where, the networking grows. And a lot of my, I think, peers and my mentors in leadership, they recommend others that, you should talk to Chetan if you need something, right? So that is something which is really commendable, right? And that's what I will suggest, all students should do. There are a lot of social platforms available now. LinkedIn is one of them. So they should definitely reach out to people who are doing great job. I am sure they'll learn from every discussion. Not just look for an output always, because every discussion will not give you an immediate return. So ROI might not be there, but ROI in terms of your knowledge will always be exponential, because every discussion you're going to have with any senior in the industry, you will get something out of it. And I think most of, at my level, I will give you a few examples that when I reach out to really senior leaders in the organization, they immediately, they appreciate that when I'm reaching to them. And in my organization itself, I don't even hesitate to reach out to any of the senior members, and they give us time because they know that these are the people who are going to be the next leaders, right? So you get that appreciation, you get that information, you get that help today, which was not there earlier, to be honest, right? But now it is really open.
Yeah.
So I think students should really take advantage of that.
Yeah. Apart from LinkedIn, how important will be the alumni base of the given college? If you can give us some idea. Since you came from ISBR, you are notable alumni here.
Yeah.
I'm sure the current batch and the existing and the upcoming batches will keep on having this or leverage upon this opportunity to come and talk to you and build a network, right? So tell us how important would be for students to have a great amount of networking opportunity that they can leverage upon by connecting with the alumni. I'm sure their batchmates, their seniors would obviously will become partners, senior directors in the same organization. Yeah. Right.
So good point. So I think it's been a decade. I passed out from ISBR, and most of my fellow students who were in the same batch, I think they are really doing great, right? All of them. I mean, even our seniors, they are at great positions. So I think for students, and it's for every college, right? Today, if I see IIMs, most of the alumni, committee is so strong that they want to refer people immediately because they know each other really well, right? That's how they're connected, right? So I would really appreciate if the students who are in the current batch, they should definitely learn from their, alumni that what they are doing in the industry. They should connect and we'll be really helpful. I am here for a session. I'm here for a half an hour session to interact with students to make sure that, I share my experience, my knowledge. Because for me, it might be, something which is my day-to-day activity, but for them, it will be something new. So we have to give back to the society now. That's what we are planning to do. So I think they should definitely get a lot of advantage from our experiences. And we, with almost 10, my experience is almost 14 plus years now. And in my experience, I have been in different sectors, different industries. So I can share that experiences. And when they want to select, their career, they know where to go, right? So that really helps. I think Alumni Connects really helps.
So amazing. In the end, what advice do you want to share with all the students who are looking for the MBA journey to start now? How should they look at the MBA journey for the upcoming years?
I think you all should enjoy your life. Let's not take a lot of pressure because it will not lead you to, the way you want your life to be. Enjoy your life. Focus on learning, right? Because learning is going to be really important. Tomorrow, whatever you are going to do is going to be based on your learning, right? Education is important. That's why, ISBR is there to provide you that education, or any institute for that matter is there to provide you education. But focus on learning. Be really curious. Really ask always stupid questions. Don't think that these questions are stupid, but I'm sure if you're curious, you'll get to know a lot of things, right? So enjoy your journey and focus on something which you want to do, right? Be clear in your mind that what you want to do in next 7 to 8 years, right? How well you want to come out when you are in the industry after 5 years of experience or 6 years of experience. What is the value add which people will, get from you, and what are you going to be known for is going to be really important. I think that's where I'll...
So amazing. Great input, in fact. Cool. All right, Chetan. Thank you so much for taking time out and patiently answering all the questions.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's going to have a high level impact for all the students who are watching this video. Thank you. And we wish you all the best.
Thank you.